oh, that $6,000 guarantees it's real. I said, that's great, but it doesn't matter to me. He goes, well, it should matter to you. I guarantee it's brand new, it's real because we're an authorized dealer.
I like to party.
What's up, guys? Today we're going to talk about the things I wish I knew before getting into the watch business, before becoming technically a jeweler. We're going to run down 4 things, and I actually brainstormed pretty significantly on this one to kind of give perspective in case anyone was ever interested in getting into the business or understands business and wants to know more about it. But also, this can help consumers, buyers, enthusiasts. So it kind of should appeal to everybody. And this is like a non-biased group of 4 things I really wish I knew prior to getting into the industry. Let's get it started. Number 1, you don't have to buy new, and you don't have to buy new from an AD. So what do I mean? Many of you know that have been on this channel before that the first watch that I bought was a Breitling from an AD. I paid $10,000. And as soon as I got home, the market for it, brand new, was about $4,000. So I lost $6,000 from a 1-hour drive from the AD to my house. I was pretty upset about it. I really wasn't in the position to lose $6,000 or have $6,000 of exposure at that point in my life, you know. And even now, I mean, no one wants to lose $6,000. And 10 years ago, when I did that, losing $6,000 hurt a lot more, right? That was about the first time I had a little bit of money. $6,000 would crushed me is really what it comes down to. It crushed me, you know. But outside of my feelings and being crushed, you don't have to buy new and you don't have to buy from an AD. Now, I'm not suggesting buy on the secondary market from secondary market dealers. I'm just suggesting you don't have to buy new. You can save yourself a good deal of money buying a watch that's 1 year old or 2 years old for most brands. Most brands. You know, there's always going to be outliers and exceptions to this, but even some Rolexes sell below MSRP, right? And maybe you don't want to spend, or you can't wrap your head around spending the full amount of money brand new. Well, it's perfectly okay to buy something that's a year old, 4 years old, 10 years old, 15 years old, even older. There's nothing wrong with it. You know, using Rolex as an example, 15-year-old Rolexes that are still have the same model in production. You know, many models have been produced for 15 years via Rolex. They look pretty much exactly the same. No one's going to know, and you're going to save yourself a good deal of money. And this doesn't apply to just Rolex. This applies to everything. You know, everybody knows AP is my favorite brand. If you buy a 15-year-old AP Royal Oak Offshore, you'll save yourself 20 to 30 grand. Yeah, that's a lot. And it's the same when it goes to the echelons above, Patek, you know, Vacheron, and beyond, even RM and FPJ. So try to consider that. You don't necessarily have to buy new. It's kind of like a car. You don't have to buy a car brand new. And be honest with you guys, I don't buy cars brand new because I understand the depreciation or exposure, right? So I have a 30-year-old car, 26-year-old truck. I have almost a 10-year-old car, and my newest car is 6 years old. Same thing with watches. You don't have to buy new, and you don't have to buy from an AD. You know, you can buy online on Colonel 24, get shipped and delivered right to your house. A lot of people buy from our Colonel 24 store, and they just like that convenience. Just buy online, don't have to deal with anyone. You're completely protected, goes right to your door. So try to consider that when you're shopping for a watch. Number 2, the second thing I wish I knew before getting into the watch business, shop the dealer, okay? What does that mean? Interview the dealer, talk to them, ask for referrals, speak to their former clients, look at their Google reviews. Are they vouched for in groups? Talk to them. just like any other business. Are they any good? Are they decent? Are they decent people? Are they going to take care of you? Are they going to help you if you have a problem? Are they going to pick up the phone after you buy the watch? Are they going to cuss you out? Do they have any customer service? And we're going to get into customer service here in a minute. Shop the dealer. Using the authorized dealer as an example from my first point, once I got home and I found out I had exposure of $6,000 and I lost $6,000, I called him and his answer to me was, "Oh, that $6,000 guarantees it's real." I said, "That's great, but it doesn't matter to me." He goes, "Well, it should matter to you. I guarantee it's brand new, it's real because we're an authorized dealer." There was no other rebuttal. There was no other point. And that's perfectly okay if that's what you prefer. However, there was no support. There was no thank you for the business. There was just, this is the point. That's it. Shop the dealer. Is that important to you? We've had people, shout out to one of our buddies here. I'll keep his name on the DL just because I know he likes his privacy. He traveled in from Israel to buy a watch from us. He shopped us. He shopped the dealer. He interviewed Paola. He interviewed me. He did the Google research. He looked at referrals. He looked at the Google reviews. He poked and prodded. He did background checks on us and then booked tickets, flew to the States, picked up his watch, had a good time, had a meal, and then flew back to Israel. By no means do I think we're special. I'm just saying he shopped us, shop the dealer. Figure out, do you want to do business with this person? Really, really important in the industry. I wish I knew this before getting into it. Number 3, customer service on the back end. Most people don't have customer service on the back end in my industry. I wish I knew that. It's actually super helpful that we're in business because we have pretty good customer service. I'm a humble dude, so I'm not going to say we're the best. And by no means do I think we're the best. However, I understand the competitive advantage. We have good customer service. Most people in this industry don't. Customer service is just kind of like not a thing. Business to business, B2B, like dealer to dealer. I mean, geez, most people, they don't care. Just send them their money and that's that. And I understand that, but it's good to know that there's no customer service really in our industry. So I wish I knew that before getting into the industry. And if you're thinking about getting into the industry or you shop in the industry, it's good to know that there is very little to no customer service at all. And the 4th point, and arguably most importantly, how many fakes there are. Oh my goodness. The super clones that come out of China are so good, it gets by most people, let alone consumers, dealers, right? A couple of years ago, we had a dial get by us. Real watch, dial was fake. Really good fake dial, like $10,000 dial. Well, the dial added $10,000 of value to the watch, if it was real. We've had numerous super clones come in. We catch them. We catch everything now, but we did have a dial get by us and we're really thorough. This was a few years ago, but we've had probably half a dozen super clone Rolexes come through the office in 2025. We strip them apart. We look at the movements. We look at the dials. We'll double check on the internet. We'll crack everything open. We'll take a look at everything. We'll research everything. We'll make sure everything's right. But they're really good. They're really, really good. The boxes are faked. The watches are fake. They're really good. The AP clones are fake. There's a lot. So these all kind of come together, right? So if you're shopping the dealer, working with the dealer, have a relationship with the dealer, chances of you getting sold a fake are minimal. But if you're just bouncing back and forth to the cheapest option, especially if it doesn't have a card, the chances of it being fake are much higher. So things to consider. These are the 4 most important things that I wish I knew before getting into the industry. You don't have to shop at an AD, shop the dealer, customer service on the back end, and how many fakes there are. I hope you guys liked this. If you did, drop a comment, smash that like button. If you haven't subscribed, we'd love to have you. And if you like this video, stay tuned for the next one. Got another good one coming up for you. Okay? Catch you next time. Peace.